Go.
Hello, my people. It's your Negro with Aptitude and host of the Blackboard, Mickey Lee. Hey, thanks for joining me for this week's Money Monday. I hope you all have been having a great Monday so far and that your week is off to a great start. Listen, I want to bring you a quick video about money. It seems like there's money falling everywhere, especially if you have a small business, you're an independent contractor, you're a sole proprietor, or you are self-employed. Those are largely three terms for the same entity. But if you're a gig worker or you have your own business or you are an independent contractor under someone else or some other type of small business or business entity, then there's money everywhere. So I want to make this quick video to alert you to one of the major programs that's going to expire on Wednesday. As you can see here, I'm visiting the Small Business Association COVID relief options. So if you have not already visited the SBA website, this is the best place to get information, especially about the PPP program, which you should have heard about beginning last March when this pandemic situation started, and then also the EIDL. So we'll go into a little bit of each one of those. I'm also going to put a card with a video that I did last year on the same thing at the end of this video in case you need more information. Also in the description box, I'm going to leave the link to She Boss Talk, which is a YouTube channel that just covers everything related to grants. And they're doing a lot of coverage on the PPP, the EIDL, and other federal small business stimulus programs that are coming out. I'm also going to leave a link to another YouTuber that I watch regarding this issue. His name is Jay. I can't remember what his channel is called, but I'll leave a link there. So let's dive into it. Okay, the first one we're going to look at again is the Payroll Protection Program, also known as the PPP. If you're not familiar with this and you're a business owner, I'm not sure where you've been, but you need to hurry up and check this out because it expires this Wednesday, March 31st. The Payroll Protection Program is just what it sounds. It is a federal program, it's a federal program designed to help small business owners who were injured by the COVID situation. The pandemic situation is designed to help them keep employees on the payroll. There's been both a first draw and a second draw. If you are a person who has not applied for either one, beware, the program does expire this coming Wednesday, March 31st. That said, they have done a lot of work on this program to streamline the application process. I will leave the link to the SBA program in the description box, but just know if you will work with a fintech, a financial tech, which is usually online. I applied through Bluevine and have had nothing but a great experience. Fundera, Fundera. Fundera is a website that you can take your application and they will quickly disperse it to a multitude of fintechs at the same time, and then whichever one gets back to you first, you can proceed with that if you want to do it that way, since it's a time sensitive situation. If you have gotten your 2019 tax return and you have that handy, it will make your situation go much smoother. Okay, I want to really spend just a quick moment getting into the highlights of the PPP program. So the PPP program is, again, primarily to protect payroll. Now, you can also use it for a few other qualifying expenses, such as mortgage, utilities, and a few other expenses of this nature that are related to your business. But it's designed to provide you with about 2.5 months worth of working capital. And the great thing about it is now fully designed to be a forgivable loan. So if you're a small business owner and you haven't really gotten any support at all through all of these federal programs, I highly suggest that you jump on this right away. Again, it does expire this Wednesday, March the 31st. All right, the next federal program that I want to discuss is the EIDL, or Economic Injury Disaster Loan. So it is exactly what it sounds like. It is a loan, a low interest loan. On the PPP program, that loan is at 1%. If for some reason they decide not to approve your loan forgiveness application, so that's an entirely different step. After you're approved for the loan, you get the funding and you use it regarding the PPP program, so you can apply for the loan to become forgivable. With the EIDL, it had two parts. The first part was the loan advance, which was last year in March, and the loan advance program ran out last year as well. So they've recently made some changes to the program that the people who got the loan advance last year but didn't get all $10,000, which was what it was initially designed to do. Those people who got the loan advance last year of $1,000 per employee, we were all supposed to get, if you were approved for the EIDL loan, we were supposed to get $10,000 per employee, and the SBA had capped it at $1,000 per employee. So the new changes are, if you are one of those people who received the loan advance last year and did not get all $10,000 per employee, and you live in a low income zone, then they are working to get you the balance of the $10,000 per employee. So if you're self-employed with no employees, then you only received $1,000 and you have a balance due of $10,000. Now, the stipulation is that you must live in a low income zone. I actually had a lot of damage done to my business, lost about 80% of my business, and however, I do not reside in a low income zone. You can't tell that to the homeless people that are encroaching on this neighborhood, but okay. Anyway, I highly again, advise you to look into this program if you haven't already. You do have up until December 31st to apply, but understand that it is a loan, and it's a low interest loan that you have up to 5 years to pay back. The interest rate is about 3.25%. So in my case, I took the loan, and I already had a low loan on my car note, but I've paid that off, and so that's a business vehicle that frees up some capital every single month. So I highly advise you to look into it. Lastly, you may want to look at your state unemployment system. Most state unemployment systems now have what they call the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program, which is called the PUA, or they will have the Pandemic Emergency Compensation Assistance. Unemployment compensation. So the PEUC, the Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation Program. So that is a recent extension of federal funds to the state unemployment systems in order to help those self-employed, independent contractors, and small business owners that are still unemployed. You need to make sure that you carefully check the regulations for your particular state and that you apply according to the rules of your state, because every single state is different. A very frequently asked question is, can I get all three? Can I get both the PPP and the EIDL? Can I get the PPP and unemployment and the EIDL? The answer is yes, but you must carefully document what you are doing with each set of funds, and you must make sure they don't overlap the same use in the same time frame. So let me give you an example. Let's say that, well, first of all, let's make sure you understand the restrictions for each one. Both the PPP and unemployment, for example, are time specific. While the unemployment, your state unemployment, is to help bridge the gap for income and payroll loss only. The PPP offers you an opportunity to cover some additional business-related expenses such as mortgage, rent, or utilities. Again, the inference is business related, though it doesn't exactly spell it out that way on the PPP, but you must have a business in order to qualify for the PPP. Now, so you cannot claim them both for the same time period or the same use. So, for example, let's say you finally qualified for the PPP, but you're already on unemployment. Well, one strategy is to bank your PPP until you run out of unemployment. The PPP is going to give you up to 24 weeks to use the funding that you receive. If you are planning to use some of your PPP for something other than payroll, then do that. But again, make sure that you carefully document how you're using each of the dollars. And if you are using unemployment to cover your payroll, but you're using the PPP, for example, to cover, your mortgage, your rent, your utilities, or whatever, be sure to document those carefully. The EIDL is a low interest loan, so that is not time specific. And it's probably best to use up your time-specific funds first. So again, you can apply for the EIDL. Let's say that you get the funds for the EIDL while you still have unemployment funds and while you are banking your PPP funds. That's fine. You can bank your EIDL funds. The stipulation is making sure you're using each set of funds according to the approved expenses, and in no situation can the approved expenses be used at the same time, especially for the PPP and the unemployment. The last funding stream that I want to speak with you about tonight is the 1 Million Black Women Initiative by Goldman Sachs. This was announced about 2 weeks ago, and it's designed to help Black women entrepreneurs. So Goldman Sachs has pledged to fund $10 billion for Black women entrepreneurs, and also a variety of other aspects of to help bridge the income gap, as well as improve health conditions and a few other aspects specifically for Black women. Now, this program has been met with a lot of pushback from non-Black people, and unfortunately also Black men. But this is a funding source that I want you to keep an eye out for. I'm going to do a separate video about the announcement of this funding source and what it means and what it reveals about the American social landscape. But in terms of money, I want you to keep an eye out for more details about this particular grant initiative. There are no specific program initiative details that I could find out right now in terms of when they're going to start taking applications, only that they have announced a $10 billion pledge specifically for Black women. I say go Goldman Sachs. Anyway, this is your Negro with APTitude and host of the BLACKboard, Mickee Lee, signing off, and I'll see you in the next video.